What's going on, everyone? Alex Da Silva, Happy as Larry Group. I hope you are well and welcome to another self-care episode. And today I would love to talk to you about nature. And we talked about connections last time, connecting with others, connecting with ourselves. And it kind of brings me nicely to talking about nature. Nature is fantastic, isn't it? It's so beautiful. Just walking in nature, just being, just appreciating, just kind of watching, sitting and just appreciating what we have. And one of the things that I personally love about nature is just a feeling of being outside. Something I grew up in Brazil, so I grew up with beautiful trees and beautiful nature. We have a nature reserve excuse me, in the city where I live, and there's loads of monkeys and animals, and there's like waterfalls, and it's absolutely stunning. And I grew up in a small city in comparison to other cities in Brazil, but nonetheless, it's an absolutely beautiful place. And so for me, I really enjoy nature. And one of the things that my mum always used to tell me off about is I love just walking around bare feet, feet on the ground, just being with nature, just kind of connecting with the world. And even when I was playing outside, it was exactly the same. I did not care. I was not worried about getting my hands, my feet dirty, and just really, really connecting with nature. And why is that important as a topic? And why is that important right now? I think, there's no kind of running away from everything that's been going on. I'm just going to move because I've got sun in my eyes. And obviously, with what's going on in America and what's going on here as well, it's, there is a lot happening. There is a lot of emotions that are kind of going up and down, globally. There is a lot of worry. There is a lot of anger, no doubt. And I think as a society, a lot of us, some people don't really know what to do and how to be. How can we contribute? How can we say the right things? And sometimes it's so easy to kind of get caught up in the chaos, in what's going on, and or not say, not say enough, not say, or say too much. And I've been a victim of that recently. I got caught up in what's going on with the pandemic, with the COVID, and I searched and researched loads of things, and and what happened, this unfortunate situation with George Floyd was exactly the same, and that was awful. And my heart goes out to to the family, the friends and people globally who are protesting for things to change. I think that's one thing I do hugely support is change, positive change. I hate racism, and I think it's something that I definitely support and have believed for years. That it needs to change. It needs to change right now. So why is connecting with nature something should that be a topic? Why are we talking about it? Because I think sometimes we need somewhere to get away from the chaos. Sometimes we need to get away from the media. We need to get away from social media. We need to get away from, being locked up, being in quarantine where we are, still. I know that things are lifting and we're getting a lot better. So why is nature so important? Because I think it's a place where we can just relax. It's a place where we can just connect. It's a place where we can just be. And we need that time to just be. And nature is a perfect place because, we're connecting with the earth, we're connecting with the trees, the flowers, grass, animals, you name it. And I think that's such a beautiful thing for us to never forget and always remember. That for a lot of people is a safe place. That's a place where people do a lot of meditation, contemplation. I've heard people doing writing and writing music and becoming creative, and huge ideas come from being in nature. So I wanted to do an episode, with regards to that, because I think it's so important for us to never forget these small little things, the things that allow us to reflect, to allow us to have that personal time, that time alone where we can just be, we can just listen to nothing. We can quieten the mind and we can listen to the birds, we can listen to just the wind blowing in the trees. It's so beautiful to just sit. And I did this the other day, just on my window. I literally just looked out my window and, I can see some of the houses in front of me, but then after that, you can see some green, when the weather is clear. And I was just stood there, just watching and just thinking, wow, the world is such a beautiful place. It really is. It's such a beautiful place when you just stop for a moment and just watch how magnificent the world is. When you're looking at the trees and the grass and the plants and the flowers and the birds, and you stop worrying and thinking, the to-do list, the worrying, the stress, everything that's going on. And you just take a minute to just soak all of that in, just to kind of breathe that fresh air and just to kind of understand, wow, we live in an absolutely phenomenal place. So take that time for yourself, enjoy that time being with nature, being, whether it's by yourself or whether it's with family. If you have family, if you have kids, your wife, your partner, husband, it doesn't matter. Go for walks in nature, go for these lovely, beautiful, I love going for walks. I always have. I really kind of just enjoy just running around, climbing up trees, falling off trees, so it's something that I've always really enjoyed. I guess it's kind of my culture as well. And where I grew up, where we are quite free to do these things. And I live, near the, I'm kind of very close to a lot of countryside here. So it's beautiful. There is a lot of nature here. And so I wanted to kind of share that video. It's a calmer one today, because I don't think I can get too excited and kind of really hugely motivated about nature. This is one for you to take that time, for you to enjoy peace and quiet. And if you've been struggling, if you've been angry, if you've been frustrated, and if you've been, if you're feeling resentful, and, with everything that's been going on TV in America, now here in the UK and globally, and of course we're still in this pandemic as well, and if there is a lot of emotions going on, take that time. Take that time to be by yourself. Take that time to have that peace and quiet. Take that time to breathe in that beautiful fresh air. Take that time to just observe. Just spend time observing. We're still in that place where we can. So why not take advantage of it? Let's take advantage of the situation. Let's take advantage of the position that we're in at the moment, where we can really connect and continue to connect with nature. And when we're talking about self-care, these episodes talking about self-care, it is really, really important that, we're always keeping these things in mind. And it's not something that we're just doing for now. Even when you're feeling great and you're feeling fantastic, I always say to clients, I always say to people, the time you should be working your hardest when it comes down to healthy mind, healthy body, healthy spirit is when you're at the top. Because when something happens, you get sucker punched. We get, all of these current affairs, all of these things that are happening at the moment. This is when all that hard work that you've been putting into yourself starts to pay off. Why? Because you're You know, your abundance cup is overfilling. Your happiness, your unconditional love, everything, you know, is overflowing. So if you're overflowing, you're never going to go without. Why? So that means that you can give more. That means you can help more. That means you can be more loving, more compassionate. And which is why I always say to people, stay on top of it. Keep practicing. Keep putting these things into practice every single day. And because this is for you. This is something that not only you benefit from this, but everybody else who's around you as well. You know, they will benefit from this as well. So go and spend some time. You know, here in the UK, the weather's going to be a lot better this week. The sun's out still, which is beautiful. I'm definitely going to go and have a little look and just kind of appreciate, spend some time, you know, just appreciating nature and just appreciating the incredible things that we've been gifted. And sometimes if you've been involved in the chaos, if you've been involved in what's been going on and you are feeling like your head is just full of it, take that time. Take that time for yourself. You deserve that. And this is that time where you can take time to realize, wow, there is so much more to live for. There are so many things that we can live for. You know, there are so many things that we can do differently. There are so many ways that we can react differently. And there are so many beautiful ways that we can connect. And I talk about us doing this for ourselves, but what's always important, one of the things that I continuously learn is when I do something for myself, the ripple effects into others is phenomenal. So take good care of yourself, always. Self-love, self-care, self-respect. So I wanted to touch on that. And if you love nature, then hit that like button, leave your little comments below. And as always, thank you for sharing positivity. Share this video and continue to share so we can, you know, spread this message of positivity, especially now, you know, where we are in the current climate that we're in at the moment. You know, we need this more than ever. So have an amazing day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And as always, be great, be fantastic, and be absolutely phenomenal today. Thank you, as always, for being part of this Happy as Larry family, this community where we can help each other be better. And our mission statement, as always, helping to change the world one person at a time. So I will speak to you again very soon. Take care.